There's a lot of talk about the Epstein files botched release today, and I'm going to continue what I said before. The Epstein files doesn't matter if you're still, especially if you're still a Republican, conservative, and Trump supporter, that still gives your money to Hollywood, which means still going to the movie theaters, still supporting these streaming services, still supporting these theme parks, still supporting mainstream video gaming, still supporting sports ball. If you're still financially supporting the mainstream media and all of the people within it, then who's on those files doesn't matter to you. You don't really care. Because if you're really truly this suspicious that all of Hollywood, the mainstream media, is tied to pedophilia, then you would, at the very least, permanently boycott financially all of Hollywood and stop supporting them. But the fact of the matter is, most people haven't. Now, again, I'm not even factoring in Democrat voters and libtards. They've made it perfectly clear that they support pedophilia and pedalwood. So my main focus is on Republicans, conservatives, and especially Trump supporters that still support the mainstream media and all the people within it, despite having these suspicions. And because reality is, outside of the Epstein files, you should be against Hollywood based on how they have nonstop attacked Trump supporters specifically. How they all cheerlead at the idea of him being assassinated, how they cheerlead January 6ers being hunted down and arrested, how they've advertised this idea that you deserve to be physically assaulted and called a Nazi if you're a Trump supporter. Just based on that alone, you shouldn't be supporting Hollywood, at least within the last 8 years. But people still do. So it's just obnoxious that people pretend like this actually matters to them. I mean, again, I've talked about James Gunn and how open of a sexual deviant pedo advocate pervert he's been through his social media. But again, people are still looking forward to his DCU movies and television shows. And then you got this idiot woman, uh, Anna Luna, who's been publicly calling out Pam Bondi, Trump's AG, just being extremely unprofessional within the administration. But again, that goes back to Trump having a soft spot for pretty women and putting them in positions of power. I mean, he's put a lot of females in general in positions of power, which, again, is one of the decisions that I don't care for. But again, the reality is people don't care. They don't care. And we know Hollywood won't care because we know, it's safe to assume that their entire industry is just a facade for sex trafficking of children. And we have literal films that we can reference showing proof of how they sexually exploit kids since the days of Shirley Temple. So again, if you haven't done anything tangible to react to your suspicions about Holly Weird and them being on the Epstein list or any other list, if you haven't done anything about it now, then you're not going to do anything about it if or when it's released. So in reality, it just doesn't matter unless criminal charges are going to be brought on somebody.